Welcome to Burlesk Custom Guitars. Guitars have been my passion for my entire life. Handcrafted by my hands to be played by yours. Each one I create is like no other. My name is James. Come along with me on this musical journey.
Hi James, what's going on?
Very exciting. Just finished the baritone headstock, cutting it out, sanding it up a bit, and then I'm just gonna do some sexiness for you.
Ooh.
Get in there. Now that's tolerances.
Nice.
I'm confident enough to let go of the body without any screws in the back. But that's the beast. Put the switch in yesterday for him. He decided that after the fact.
Oh dear.
So that was a little work, but nothing I couldn't handle.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, ready to go. On to, well, I'm going to get him over and see if he likes the shape and feel of the neck, and he's been with me all the way on the body so far. But now it's time for him to check the neck, and if that's cool, we're moving on to frets and paint.
Excellent. Let's see that neck again.
Ebony fretboard with a roasted maple neck. Rock maple, to be exact.
Flip it over. Nice.
Good day. Just wanted to show you what I'm up to. About to put some sealer on the baritone, and I put some sealer on the bass yesterday that I'm building for Jim. This is quite a process, this guitar. As you can see, I've taped off the front because what I've had to do is stain with black, sand it off, stain with purple, and then I've covered it over, and then I put the sealer on, just the back and sides. And next I'm going to actually paint the back black up to this point here, right about there, and then the rest is going to flow into purple, and this whole edge is going to be a natural edge. Sorry about that camera work there, guys. As you can tell, I've been doing this by myself the last little while. And this has nothing on it right now, but soon will. So you're going to see the before and after of this baritone guitar. I don't have the fan cranked so you can hear what I'm doing, but 600 CFM of air is about to start. And I'll try to film a bit of the spraying for you if that tickles your fancy. wiping in about, I think this is the third coat now. And what I do is I put it on real quick and let it sit for a minute. In some cases I'll go over it a couple of times. And then I wipe and polish it as I wipe in circular motion to get all that beautiful blue in there. I'm going to show you something when I'm done here. I'm going to show you the cloth so you can see the actual colors that are in this blue. There's a lot of red and there's a lot of black, and which gives it a purple almost look in some places. It's really cool. It's a great color, but let's see that a little better. See around the edge? See how it's purple? That's it reacting with the cloth, obviously, but it just kind of shows you all the colors of the rainbow are in this particular blue. Doesn't even look like I'm really doing anything, but it's adding to it, darkening it up, making the grain really pop out, which is what I want. And then I'm gonna seal it up. And then I gotta spray the, I really don't want to, but he wants a black burst. Because I just love this top, it's gorgeous. Anyway, yeah, so done with this beastie. And then I just take a cloth like this. I'll just go over the whole guitar. Kind of polishing it, and man, I'll tell you, you can't really see it. Let's see if I can catch this for you. I mean, there's purples and blues and blacks, and everything in here. It's great. It's a beautiful top, and really nice color choice. There's many techniques of applying stain. Some people brush it on. Some people do a French polish, which is where you will take a sponge or a cloth and you'll soak it into the stain and literally get it saturated, and then you take the stained ball or sponge and you put it in a cloth like this, and then you slowly apply it, polishing it like I'm doing here, and it does a neat effect. They do it a lot on furniture. They do French polish on a lot of acoustic guitars as well. Just beautiful tech. It's a technique as well. There's many to learn. It all depends on what you want to do. I mean, I've kind of run every which way but loose with it. I've done a lot of natural looking guitars, and I do a ton of painted guitars. I do a ton of refinishing. I think, I've got to be honest, I think I probably refinished at least a couple of hundred guitars now in my tenure with Burlesk. And you learn something every time. Every time. I'm not kidding. It's a constantly educating process of painting and knowing what you're painting and how you're going to attack it. I mean, for example, that bass I'm building that you saw there, I mean, most paint stage processing is like, you do your sanding, you do your sealer, you do your primer, you do your paint. With guitars like this, you're doing your sanding, your sealing, taping off, painting the back, staining the front, sanding the front, staining, sealing, and then clear coating the whole body. And that's what I'm doing on this guitar as well as the bass. And in the bass, there's a lot of an exposed edge, which is going to be a natural wood grain. So I'm going to be actually taking, once everything's painted, which is really fun, and sanding that edge by hand, which I will show you while I'm doing. And I'll tell you, that's a fun thing to do, because if one slip and you're doing some touch-ups or in some cases a full paint job. Knock on wood. So yeah, circular motions. And a lot of people don't realize, you know, I mean, there's a lot of time spent on a paint job. I mean, I spend at least, even on a refinish, it's like a 12 to 15 hour job to do. Depending upon the stages and the amount of, you know, work they want done. I've done some pretty cool stuff with light graphics and stuff like that, which is nice. Refinishing is something a lot of guys won't do though, because it's very tedious and very frustrating, and if you don't have patience, which I never used to when I was a younger man, I probably couldn't have done it, but through just kind of trial and tribulations, you learn how to do it, and you talk to the experts, and you learn from them, and that's pretty much how I did it. And you do have to practice. It's something you just can't attack. You can't just start painting, you know. You got to practice on a few things. I always tell people, if they're going to get into refinishing, get a couple of squires or something like that and strip them and refinish those, and then see if you enjoy it, because it is a lot of work, and it's not for the faint of heart, and it's not for people who have no patience, that's for sure. So you can see I'm still rubbing stain off. It's coming off, and it's just polishing this top up beautifully, making all this grain pop, and it's just gonna look dynamite. And then when you hit it with the clear coat, it just boom, it really makes everything jump out. I mean, you can see it now, it's doing some jumping, right? Looking good. Well, we're not there yet. A lot of work to do. Anyway, I am going to get back at it, and I'll show you some more stuff in a little while. I hope you're enjoying the show. We sure are. We're sure doing our best to show you some, you know, decent content, and we really appreciate comments and ideas and questions for sure. If you have any, please send them. We've been getting a few, and we've done a couple of topics on the show already, so if you have an idea even for a show, if you want, let me know, or Lori know. But yeah, pitter patter, I'm back at her, and we shall be talking soon. So as you can see, I put some stain on this. I put a black stain on it, and now I've sanded it all off and left the grain showing with the black in it, and now I'm going to hit it with blue, and you shall see the effects of that. Pretty cool. It makes the stripes or the grain pop quite a bit when you do this, and you'll see the effect after. And you can get some cast off shadow too with light, with black and blue and stuff, and when you put the clear coat on, it'll actually, in certain lights, it'll turn purple, black, or even dark blue, depending upon the lighting you're on. Pretty cool. Neat effect. So here I've prepped and cut out the pick guard, and I'm going to make it into that shape. So I've made a template on some white adhesive that I'm going to put on here, and then copy it out. You'll see it in a minute. Turned out really well though. We're almost there. Still got to bevel the edges, but it's getting late and I am hungry, so I am going to call it a day. But you can see she's coming along. So tomorrow I'll finish that up, and you'll get to see the final product. I'm also going to be spraying the white primer on this gal tomorrow. I've got everything prepped and cut, filled out, ready to go. See you tomorrow. Just wanted to show you part of the process. So I stained this guitar, I painted the back, sanded the back. So we got a black back, purple front, and now I've got to go all the way around this guitar on this edge I created with my sanding block and make it a live edge. So we got some wood grain coming through. So these are just some of the steps and processes of painting that I'm trying to share with my fellow Burleskians. And I hope you're enjoying it. Just trying to show you the processes more or less of handmade guitars, and the trials and tribulations of James Burley, and what I have to go through. But yeah, all the way around, starting over here. Gotta get all of this off. You can see the edge, and even in here, this is gonna be halfway through. It's gonna be wood. All in the name of tone and looks. Here you see, all the edges are done now. I did that all by hand with my trusty sanding block and my dowel. Right around it. We've got an exposed live edge now. I like to call it a live edge, like the tables. And now I'm going to spray this sucker with some sealer. And then, time for some clear coat. Here we have the 5-string bass for Jim. We've done the top. Obviously it's stained. Back has been painted. And then we've got a sealer put on top. After I went around and did all these edges and took off the stain and the paint off the edges. So we got that nice wood grain look. And what I've done is I prepped a 30-degree satin finish clear coat with a tiny bit of purple in it. And I'm going to hit it with it first. Do a few coats with that, and then I'll do a few coats of just regular with no tint in it on top of that. So it's going to give it a lot of depth, make everything pop out, and also give a little color on the edges here as well. Should look pretty cool. I'll keep you posted and maybe even film myself spraying. So we'll see. Hey James, it's Friday. I have a question. What's your favorite part about doing a custom scratch built guitar for your client? Well James, let me answer you. It's putting my logo on the headstock because it's satisfying. Very, very satisfying. And of course the Canadian flag and the big giant B on the back helps too. Little airbrushing going on at the Burlesk Custom Shop today. Happy Friday and have a great weekend, my fellow Burleskians. Are you making it a great day? Because I am. All in the name of tone. Bye-bye for you.